Here are the test scores for the guy you filled out the form for. He scored a B minus. This guy is a risky bet. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not the type to just talk without working. He's actually quite diligent when it comes to his job and handles his daily tasks with care. But while he puts in steady effort, he rarely fights for promotions or steps up when things get tough at work. If there's a lot of stress or a big challenge, he may quietly pull back or avoid it altogether.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he finds it quite hard to bounce back. He gets upset easily if something doesn't go as planned and might react emotionally, maybe even snapping or withdrawing into silence. Instead of facing problems head on, he prefers to step away or avoid dealing with the trouble.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People might find it hard to get close to him at work. He's not rude on purpose, but he doesn't go out of his way to be friendly or polite, and his patience can run out quickly in stressful moments. Some coworkers might respect his hard work, but others may feel he's distant or a bit touchy.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he might feel a bit overwhelmed or unsure, but he won't try to compete with you or pull you down. He cares about you and wants you to be happy, so don't expect jealousy or harsh words. You'll need to encourage him gently, but know that in his heart, he wants the best for you.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he may feel unsure of himself and a little uncomfortable, but he probably won't resent you or act out in anger. Instead of arguing or challenging you, he's more likely to go quiet and keep his feelings to himself. You may notice him pulling away sometimes or avoiding conversations about money or success.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is quite careful with money and likes to keep things in order, so you won't find him spending recklessly or making big, impulsive purchases. He prefers to plan ahead and make sure bills are paid and routines are followed, which brings a sense of stability to your finances. While he may not be a big saver or investor with grand plans, you can trust him not to get you into trouble with careless spending.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives well within his means and doesn't try to show off or pretend to be richer than he is. You won't see him buying things just to impress others or talking big about money he doesn't have. This makes life more stable and less stressful when it comes to money.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is warm hearted and wants to help when he can, especially with people close to him. You'll find him caring in quiet ways, like making sure everyone is comfortable or lending a hand when you're in need. If you need support, he'll be there, just not in flashy or showy ways.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is not the type to control or hide things from you, but he might not always share openly about money either. If something is stressing him, he could quietly keep it to himself rather than start a fight or make a big scene. You may need to gently encourage him to be more open, but you don't have to worry about tricks or dishonesty.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes in keeping the house organized and likes things to run smoothly, so he won't expect you to handle everything alone. While he might not be loud about it, he's likely to quietly step in and do his part when he sees something that needs attention. In his mind, a tidy, peaceful home is everyone's job, not just yours.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's the kind of person who will actually do the work, not just stand around and tell you what to do. He takes his responsibilities seriously and wants things to be in order, so he won't shy away from chores or changing diapers when needed. With him, teamwork at home is real, not just for show.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He doesn't enjoy arguing and often avoids fights altogether, so he's not likely to push his point just to prove himself right. When you share your feelings or concerns, he might not always respond openly, but he will quietly try to see things from your perspective. If things get tense, he could withdraw or go silent instead of standing his ground in an argument.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he gets angry, he can lose his temper quickly and might blurt out sharp or hurtful words in the heat of the moment. His patience runs thin, and he might raise his voice or be a bit rough with his words, especially if he feels overwhelmed. After some time, he usually calms down and feels sorry, but you may need to talk things through gently.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who can get angry quickly, especially when stressed or things don't go his way. His moods can change fast, and he may say things he doesn't really mean in the heat of the moment. Before getting serious, think about whether you feel safe and respected when he's upset.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry right away, especially if emotions are high. At first, he might go quiet or avoid the topic rather than blame you openly. He's not one to point fingers just to win an argument, but taking responsibility doesn't come easily for him either.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is caring and usually doesn't want to make you uncomfortable, so most of the time he will respect your boundaries. If you say no, he will likely stop and not push you further, though he may go quiet or pull back if he feels confused or hurt. Your comfort matters to him, and he wants peace more than anything else.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he can easily take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He tends to be sensitive and may worry that he's done something wrong or that you don't care for him anymore. It's not about blaming you, it's just his way of dealing with feeling rejected.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He isn't the type to use your secrets or special times together as weapons in an argument or to embarrass you later. Your trust and comfort mean a lot to him, so he'll keep personal matters private and safe.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is more likely to be faithful and devoted than to be distracted by other women. He doesn't go looking for excitement outside the relationship, and flashy or risky behavior is not his style. You can trust his loyalty. He values commitment and isn't interested in playing games with your trust.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He's not the type to be over possessive or act overly jealous. While he might feel insecure at times, especially if he's feeling left out, he's more likely to withdraw quietly than to control your actions or question you all the time. You're unlikely to face possessive or suspicious behavior with him.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective side isn't a mask for being controlling. He cares deeply about the comfort and safety of those he loves, but he's not pushy or bossy about it. You can expect him to be caring without taking over your life.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He sees parenting as a shared responsibility and is willing to do his part, especially when it comes to making sure daily routines are followed and the kids are taken care of. He may not always take the lead or plan fun family outings, but he won't leave everything on your shoulders either. He values teamwork at home even if he isn't loud about it.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or feel upset, he might lose his temper quickly rather than stay calm. He gets frustrated if routines are broken or things don't go as planned, and sometimes raises his voice or gives sharp replies in the heat of the moment. He cares, but managing his emotions can be hard for him.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support your role as both a mother and your own person, though he may not always say it out loud. He believes in sharing duties at home and quietly respects what you do, whether it's for the family or for yourself. Your happiness matters to him, even if he doesn't always express it with big words or gestures.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
This is not the kind of man who will openly support your career now and then suddenly ask you to quit once there's a child. He prefers a stable, well run home and values doing things together, but he isn't controlling or likely to spring big demands on you. Open, gentle conversations will help make sure you're both on the same page.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act politely with your parents, doing what's expected and showing basic respect, but he may not show a lot of warmth or deep affection. He'll help out when needed and try to keep things smooth, but he won't go out of his way to build a close or playful relationship with them. If there's any tension or he feels uncomfortable, he might go quiet or keep to himself rather than start arguments. He is more likely to quietly adjust to your family than expect them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he might not handle it very calmly. He gets easily overwhelmed by tension and could become irritable or pull away rather than stepping in to smooth things over. He doesn't want to fight, but he struggles to stay steady under family pressure.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he might be more modern and easygoing with you in private, but when it comes to family gatherings or relatives, he could expect you to fit into the role of a traditional supportive wife. This means he may hope that you show respect, dress, and behave properly and follow certain family customs, especially in front of elders. He won't forcefully demand it, but you'll likely notice a quiet expectation to keep up appearances for the sake of harmony and order. If this matters to you, talk about it openly so you both understand what traditions are truly important and where you need to draw your own line.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will usually stay out of it rather than jump in or take sides openly. He dislikes conflict and feels uncomfortable when there's drama, especially with family or relatives. If you need his support, you may have to tell him directly and explain what you want from him.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He isn't strongly a mummy's boy, but he does care about keeping peace in the family and may feel torn during conflicts with his mother. He usually avoids taking clear sides or getting into the middle of arguments, preferring to stay quiet and hope things calm down. He may not openly stand up for you against his mother, especially in front of others, to avoid making the situation worse.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He's unlikely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He tends to keep personal matters to himself, especially when he's upset or stressed, preferring silence over talking things out with others. You can trust that what happens between you mostly stays between you.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all we know about him, this guy is a B minus. This guy is a risky bet from a relationship perspective. Being in a relationship with this man means living a steady, routine filled life where things are generally kept in order. He works hard, does his share of chores, and quietly cares for you and the family.